Hey, yo, come along, get round this boy, I want you to hear the grand old story of a brave engineer. In Casey Jones, was he round his name, and a big 8-wheeler, boys, he had won his fame. Casey was called in at 11:30, then kissed his wife before his final trip to heaven. He mounted to the cabin with an orders in his hands, and he took his farewell trip to that promised land. Metal wheels still screaming, going from Memphis to Vaughn, riding on the rails, Casey Jones' song. La-di-da-da-da, going off the rails, Casey's crazy train. He looked at his water, and his water was low. He looked at his watch, and his watch was slow. Turned to his fireman, and this is what he said: "Boy, we're going to reach Canton, it's straight ahead. Metal wheels still screaming, switch renew the engine's moans. Riding on the rails, it was Casey Jones. Going off the rails, Casey's crazy train." It was late, just got off my long, hard run, volunteered back to work to get the job done, had a good reputation, high seniority. I could not disappoint the railroad's majority. Lewis had taken ill with cramps. The track was flooded and the air was damp. I was tired and needed to get the job done on time to Canton, thought this train could run. We had left in a half hour behind time. Destiny was set to see the divine. I knew my life was going to be cut short, so in a race time to Canton, I could resort. I wanted to see my wife and children again. I knew my life was soon going to end, but I had no idea it was going to be that night. I pulled open the throttle to get the job done right. The track ahead was to be open and clear. Highballing down the high iron felt so good and so dear. Until we rounded that curve outside of Vaughn, the torpedo went off and we had so long. Sim said, "Casey, you had better just slow down." I said, "It's for the north switch. We are southbound." We looked for the flagman I couldn't see until the caboose was in front of me. Newberry stood there at his post. He was too close to the caboose, I had noticed. I had through the Johnson barn to reverse, threw open the Sanders, and hoped not the worst. I had yelled at Sim to jump and stayed at my post, knowing that my life was done. As I rode into splinters and the debris, I thanked God for the good life that He had given me. My last thoughts were for my children and wife, because I didn't slow down and caused others strife. I had gone into the promised land 4 days and 4 nights. It was a hard hand. I could hear the cries. I could hear all my loved ones cry out my name, and also hear some claiming me to blame. Now I felt guilty for taking my own life. I didn't slow down, and it caused my family strife. They do not think I truthfully know that I saved other passengers and people to get no. I do know if I perched on the spot, wouldn't have been just me dead, but others in a lot. I have given my life for stop and train, and saved many others, and out myself to shame. I still wonder why I'm a legend when it's my fault that the wreck had happened. 100 years later, I'm living right now. I dare not to question why and how. I remember the wreck and things I should have done, but I didn't. And it's too late. That life is gone. I had given my life once before, and I would do it 100 times more. But this time it would not be by mistaking hand. It will be by old age, God's call and command. I am to learn from it, and to address, and to try to put the old ghost to rest. I am here to save the railroad's place, and to help bring God back to it in the right place. I will fix trains that once taken my life. I'm still suffering from it each and every night. I, Casey Jones, am alive and well. I'm trying to save the railroads from hell. I will also help many others, and will do my best. This is my last life. I will put to test.